question we've answered probably 5 times.
I know.
And it's a fucked question to begin with.
It is a fuck question. Right. Welcome to the Practical Pistol Show, everybody. My name is Ben. You hear Mr. Hopkins there getting ready to shit all over the question and the person asking it. And I suppose he'll shit on anybody answering it, too.
All by name.
What's that? I don't put the name in there just for that reason. Because you guys would be like, who sent you that question, that motherfucker? We've got Tim, we've got Nick, we've got Hopkins. Oh, my God, everybody's here.
Yep.
Let's just get into the questions, because that's what everybody comes for. All right, if someone has a goal of becoming GM in 2 divisions, is it better to focus on one division first, then switch, or is it better to practice both regularly? A specific question to illustrate this point, should one dry fire both rigs during the week, or the month, or the year? So Hopkins, you don't like this question. No. You don't like it. What's wrong with it? That's a legitimate question.
I'll let the other guys answer it. I think I've answered 5 different podcasts.
What did you say?
Shoot one gun. In one rig. If you
no, he doesn't want to. That's not his goal. He wants to be GM in 2 divisions.
Do one till you get one, and then...
So you're saying he should shoot limited and limited 10 with the same gun. Well, it kind of matters. What if one of them's revolver and one of them is single stack?
You're baiting me to say something really crazy right now.
I'm not baiting you into nothing, dude. You're saying you should focus on revolver, get GM there, and then switch it to single stack. What are you saying?
I don't want to...
Just say it, Matt.
Just say it, Matt. Just let it out. You're going to feel better when you say it.
I know, but I can't say it.
Why not? Is it mean? Is it mean? No, yeah, this guy needs to hear it. He needs to hear it, is what he needs.
Don't shoot revolver. It's stupid. But that's not what I was really going to say.
Yeah, I know. Come on. Just tell the truth. Everybody already knows revolver's stupid.
Pick one, stick with it, be a GM. The skills will translate over to the second gun, unless it's something dumb like revolver. Then it won't translate at all.
That's not what you're trying to say.
That's a nice way of what I was going to say.
Nick, you think somebody should shoot production until they get stuck, then switch to limited?
Right? And then switch back to production after 2 months.
Right. No, I'm on board with Hopkins. I would focus on one until I got it, and then I would switch to the other and focus on that until I got it.
That'll be the fastest way also.
Jesus. I like this person's a pretty ambitious motherfucker, though. They're like, most people have a hard enough time making GM in 1 division, but this person's like, I want to do it in 2.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, why didn't they just say, I want to win nationals in 2 divisions this year? Should I just train both guns the whole year, or what are we doing?
If that was a real question, I'd say shoot the same gun in 2 divisions. That's your best chance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you see anybody who's legitimately contending for nationals? Do they like switch? You know, major league platforms like across within the same year? Not really.
Yeah.
Right. So
I do.
I think the guys who are contending in single stack tends to be the limited guys. Right. I think they shoot their single stack gun.
Yeah.
For whatever length of time before single stack, and then there's enough time to switch into something else.
Yeah. So their single stack gun, though, it's not horribly different than their limited gun. So
unless you're trying to reload it, then I think it's a little different.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but they're shooting it probably for like a couple months or something, right? At least.
I don't know.
I think for the rest of the year.
I think less time for a lot of them.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Most of those guys, if they put 1,000 rounds through a single stack gun in preparation for single stack nets, I think
it's infuriating, Nick, how little some of the top guys prepare.
Single stack, right? Not
for everything.
Whatever. Just for whatever. It's
for any of them.
So Vigny this year shot production and was training up on production for Area 6 and shot it there. And then a week later shot single stack.
He did?
And placed in the top 5, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Who, Jacob?
No.
Vigny. Oh, yeah. Well,
you might have heard of him.
Right.
Yeah. One maybe.
You might have heard of him.
Nils does the same thing. Nils shoots his limited gun all the time and then picks up a single stack right before.
Nils literally had shot limited at the major, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before single stack nats. Then dusted off his 1911, came out to single stack nats, dominated, and now he's like back to shooting his limited gun.
I think it happens
for a guy like that. It's like, man, it's not a big
top
deal.
guys, yeah.
Wait, so Tim, what you're saying is, if you're skilled with one gun, you'll be skilled with many guns.
Yes.
And if you're not where you want to be with a single stack, shooting a different division is not going to help you.
Exactly.
Right. PCC.
I think it's a little different as well too. So like with Dave and Nils, you're talking about guys that still have years of experience with both those platforms before they're doing this, right?
Yes.
So
and you just kind of recall that experience.
Got to count, right? Exactly. Right. So they're not picking up a new to them platform and trying to shoot them, trying to win nationals with it.
It's like they're hopping back into bed with their old girlfriend.
Exactly.
It's like they kind of know where everything is. Maybe it's a little bigger than you kind of remembered it. Or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not new to them. So if you're looking at, I assume the way this question's worded, you're talking about a guy who's a GM in 0 division, so he's not in that situation.
Well, here's another thing to look at too. Look at production nationals results last year, and look at a lot of the guys that came and shot production nats that don't typically shoot production, that may have had, honestly, just maybe a couple of weeks or even less than a month to prepare for production nats, and came out with a gun and shot pretty well. And that same list is generally at the top of the heap and limited.
Same production, which is a faggot division.
But yes, I mean, Ben hit the nail on the head. That's
I did, right? Faggot division.
No.
What?
No, about the if you're really, really good and well versed with one gun, you're probably going to be pretty damn good and well versed with just about anything you put in your hands.
Provided you put in some time with it. So
right.
I mean, but once you put in some time, then you kind of remember like where it's all at. Like I could probably pick up my Beretta now and shoot it okay. Right?
Oh, then you went full fag with a fag gun and a fag division, right?
It'd take you a lot less time to switch back to a Beretta in the wood for you to switch to something like totally new platform.
Exactly.
We got a SIG P320 sitting in there, so.
Yeah, but I have to wake up in the morning and like myself. I mean, and I don't know about those guns. I haven't seen many very sensible people running them.
Hey.
What? I'm being honest. Didn't they put a production stop on those things, Tim?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
Why? Because they built too many, or is there a problem?
I think there might be some issues with those guns.
I don't know.
I haven't even heard that.
I have not heard that.
I haven't heard that. I do know that they cannot keep up with production right now. But I think there was some sort of like a production strike or something. Not production like production gun, but like some sort of a union or employee type strike or something going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's caused them to be backlogged.
Yeah, so if you'd like a Tanfolio, go to benstegerproshop.com. We'll get you sorted out.
Tim probably hadn't touched his SIG since Production Nationals last year anyway.
Yeah.
I've got it out and shot it a few times. I'm going to have to pick it up here soon, like Production Nationals is coming up, so.
You've got at least 2 more months before that.
Absolutely.
Tim, I think as we've just discussed, you don't need to pick it up soon. Right?
Yeah. I'm sure I will do very, very well at Production Nationals.
I don't see why you'd do bad. All right. In a past podcast, you mentioned that getting faster will require some cheating with regard to the front sight focus for closer targets. When I tried it in live fire, it feels like I lose focus on the front sight almost completely. In other words, I don't see the sights rise at all because I'm focused on the target. Is this what you mean by cheating, or is it the wrong thing to do? I don't remember the context of what I was talking about, but if you're one of the front sight all the time guys who hits everything but is too slow, then you're going to feel like you're cheating when you learn how to shoot faster, because it will be a lot of target-focused shooting. And a lot of the steps that you do, like acquire the target, switch on to front sight focus, make sure that the sight alignment is perfect, and then shoot, like you're going to start cutting out some of those steps on targets where you can get away with it, is what I mean by cheating. Has that been adequately addressed, guys?
I think so.
Nick, do you have anything to add to that?
No, sounds good to me.
I fucking hit it out of the park. Boom!
Yeah. I think when he's talking about like the super close targets, like 3 to 5 yards, I think that a lot of people are still probably looking not necessarily target focused on that, even when they think they are. That's something I noticed myself over certain periods of time. But I think personally, I think the right move especially when you're talking about within closer than 5 yards, the right move is pure target focus and use that fiber optic dot. That's what it's there for.
That is what it's there for. I like it. All right, if you could put together a perfect USPSA club, what things would make it perfect? Hopkins, water on the stages, right?
Yeah, I mean, so USPSA club, how are we gonna go?
It's going to be perfect.
Okay, well, there'd be a clubhouse where there's AC where you could go in and get water and use a flushable toilet.
Right.
Then right outside the door there'd be like a 50, no. Right outside the door would be a 25-yard deep bay by 25 yards wide. Right next to that there'd be a 50-yard deep bay by 50 yards wide.
Right, and that bay would stay reserved for Mr. Stoeger. Would be like on
and Hopkins. Oh yeah. I'll just say on you. It's fine.
What's that?
All the props would be on the bay. Like all the walls would be there, so you could go set them up however you want. There'd be target stands there. There'd be steel you could shoot there. There'd be swingers you could set up. Yeah.
You never want to walk more than 10 yards away from the bathroom. Is that part of this deal?
I'm never when I'm on a shooting range. I'm never more than 10 yards from the bathroom. I can assure you.
And I can park right next to the building. All I have to do is bring ammo, guns, and my equipment. None of that other bullshit.
No, okay. What else? It'd have 8-stage club matches.
All the stages would be left set up.
Yeah, but it'd be 8-stage club matches with people there to reset everything.
People there to reset, so I can just show up whenever I feel like it.
And the match director would just flip through, like, match books of major matches in the U.S. and Europe, and would pull stages out of there. And they would set that shit up.
There would be let's do a double short stage on one bay.
No, we can do 8 bays. We have plenty of bays at our club.
So then you do 2 short, 3 medium, 3 long stages.
Let's go 3-3-2.
3-3-2, yeah, that would work too. But that's why I was going to double
a classifier in there, which doesn't really count for shit.
Those are dumb, but
you got to have them.
Why?
It's a USPSA club, man. People want to get classified.
You only have to do it 3 times a year.
Yeah, but people want to be classified. That's okay. Right. So classifier, 2 shorts, 3 mediums, 3 longs.
3 mediums, 2 longs.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, there we go. So 8-stage club match, people to reset for you, and the match director.
Open squatting where I don't have to wait for a squat. I can just go shoot a stage, go to the next one.
God damn, you are some spoiled bitches.
If it's a perfect club, you son of a bitch.
This is all our dreams.
This is my wish list.
Yeah.
And the match director the match director likes constructive criticism.
Is accepting of constructive criticism.
Yes. The match director, if you're like, hey man, this is not the best, or this is a little fucked up. He doesn't talk shit about being a volunteer or whatever. He's like, yeah, you're right, that was fucked up. Or, no, that wasn't fucked up, or whatever. And while we're at it, the match director takes half the match fee.
That's fine,
That's payment.
And if they had to double what was your local average thing,
I don't give a fuck about that. I'll pay double.
That last thing you said, Hopkins, was a perfect segue into golf. And what aspects of golf do we need to bring back to USPSA?
Right. So at a perfect USPSA match,
squatting is
anybody that knows about golfing is not allowed there.
All right. So there's 2 more things we need to bring back from golf. All right. So we got Hopkins's scheduling, golf scheduling. I like that. The other things we need are freaking caddies. Okay. We need caddies, and we need a hot chick driving around in a golf cart with refreshments. Those are the other things that we need.
I like where your head's at with the refreshments. I don't know
Yeah, but
about
you're
the
like
caddy
20
situation.
yards from the clubhouse with a fridge that you can fill with whatever. So the fridge is filled with Diet Dr. Pepper and Pepsi Max, right?
Well, that's less
Ooh,
40
yeah.
less yards you have to walk if the hot chicks
See?
turn around.
Fridge is like full of Diet Dr. Pepper, water, and Pepsi Max.
Let's see. Would this club need anything else to be truly perfect?
No? Well, I can imagine a couple things.
You know what? Hey guys, you know what's really frustrating? This is gonna make you a little angry.
What's that?
The club I've been to anywhere in the world that sounds the most like what we've just described,
It's probably in California.
it's Gaston's club.
What?
It's because they get cheap labor, right?
Yeah, they do. They have cheap labor, and yeah, I think they have like 8 or 10 stage club matches. It's at least 8. And I don't know about the hot chicks, but you're not going to reset.
Awesome.
You're not resetting anything.
Even for a
And-
local?
Yeah, even for a local.
That'd be interesting.
Dude, I didn't even pick up brass when I was there.
Oh my God.
There was this very nice guy named Chupa. I just gave him $5. Like American money was fine. I'll take that. I just gave him that, and he picked up all of our brass. I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So $5 is probably fortune to him. That's what I'm saying. You got
I don't know about a fortune.
the cheap labor. You can do anything with cheap labor.
That's what I'm saying. God, this is like sad to think that Gaston has it so good.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
realize how good he
Who's
has
the son of a bitch now?
And he gets 100,000
You?
rounds a year.
Oh, Damn.
Yes. Well, that was a fun question. All right, last question, guys.
Well, Nick and Tim didn't really add anything to it.
Well, what is Tim? Tim doesn't think big. That's your problem, Tim.
You're right.
You're like, what's perfect? And he's like, just a nice match. I have the perfect club right in my club. It's perfect. Everybody's real nice. Right? That's what you think, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I'll tell you what. I don't like pasting with those rolls of fucking tape like they come with
Oh, they'd have to have pasters there?
yeah, it was like,
pasters. I hate that goddamn tape.
Oh, and
it's
That shit
cheaper,
pisses
though.
me off. I don't care. That shit pisses me off.
But
If
it's
it
cheaper.
were to, I don't give a fuck. If it's cheaper, you're talking about like I don't care. I'll pay double the match fees to come in and not paste. You're worried about cheaper fucking pasters versus tape? Get the hell out of here with that shit. No, absolutely no masking tape. That shit is.
you know they're called pasties everywhere else except
Pasties?
here?
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah, they
Wow.
are.
Not here. Here they're pasters, and we have them at club matches and everything. Yes. You guys have masking tape?
No,
Well,
we have pasties.
Well, there's a club a ways away from us that they use the rolls of like the brown masking tape stuff that like MGM Targets I think sells with their because it's cheaper than the
I don't
rolls of
think it's that
pasters.
bad.
That's horrible.
I don't like it.
Tell them to up the match fee by 10 cents and buy some pasters.
It's still, but in their brain, it's still a waste of money no matter what the match fee is, because that's not the point.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's not the way they think. Oh my God, I actually got a response for this.
What?
So some motherfucker posted on Facebook. It was one of those like, I wanted to go to this place, but I can't bring my concealed gun in there. So then I fucking talked to the manager about it and put this on Facebook, and it's one of those things that gun people love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some taco place. So I just posted tacos and then a greater than sign pointing at the taco. Tacos greater than guns. And I actually got a response with that shit. I'm clearly just fucking around. And I got a response. This is why
Wow.
Facebook is endless entertainment for me. Fucking awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Does the pace of your shooting vary throughout the day at a match? Are you more deliberate on the first stage, or maybe at the end of the day when you're tired? Are there stages that you will push on to pick up on points? I think the answer to this is yes. for me.
I don't think you'd find anybody on the panel that would disagree with that.
I'm just fucking around.
I don't like to push on anything.
No, I mean that really pushing
I
to
don't
pick
know.
up points pushing to pick up points is really bad advice for most people. It's not a smart thing to do.
I know there's been a stage where it, like, suits my strong points better that I will be more aggressive at. But I'm not pushing to gain points.
All right, so
Yeah.
for that to work, you have to know where you are in the match.
Yeah, and that's hardly. Not very many know that.
No, I mean that's pretty unusual. It's a special circumstance.
Yeah.
That you'd even know that and then be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I take it a little easy on the first stage usually, so don't do anything stupid. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I normally, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to back off tiny little bit on the first stage. Every time I've tried to push, it rarely has ever worked out. I'll say that. Push harder. So I try to stay away from that now. I just try to, on the first stage, I think a lot of people do this, but I'm probably subconsciously just trying to not trash that first stage. So I'm, probably doing what I would, turn back and off or taking it a little easy on the first stage. But I try not to shoot past my ability intentionally now. Because that's bad. Doesn't work out.
Okay. So, I don't know. I feel like people are going to start pushing now. It's so dumb for most people to do. I try not to do it.
Like, what would you consider pushing? I mean, that's a valid question.
Well, for most people, it's like, go faster. That's
But that
when you
never
see.
works out at all.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it works out enough that, like, it's
Does
kind
it?
of like some people win the lottery. I mean, it's not like it's, always bad to buy a
not like
lottery ticket.
It's not like it can't help, It's not
I
like
mean, like, mathematically it's bad on average.
Actually, there's a number where it makes sense to actually buy tickets.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Some mathematician actually did the math on it.
That doesn't sound likely to me.
But I don't
I've always
think we get
considered the lottery a tax on stupidity, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm there.
No. Well, you see what
to
I'm
me,
saying.
to me, the definition is if you're shooting beyond what your normal pace to where you're having to get lucky to hit A's or whatever your normal pace would be. If you're introducing luck into that equation more so than average, to me that's the definition of pushing, and that to me it doesn't work out. So that's what I consider definition of pushing.
Or it might
Basically
work
trying to
out.
shoot faster than you can.
Or it might work out on one stage, and then you think, oh, well, shit, this is how I need to shoot my whole match. And then, then you start to tank a stage. You're like, oh, man, I tanked a stage.
That's my
I need to
favorite.
push even harder.
That's my favorite thing to talk to people after a match, and they have like one stage that was their good stage. They're like, I just need to get in that mindset every time. Just get that. Why don't you think about the worst stage you had at the match and tell me about your mindset during that shit?
Well, it was right after I had the best stage, so I was like, oh,
So it was good, right?
I thought I was invincible. Or it was right before that, and I thought I was out of the match, so the next stage didn't matter.
Then I didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yep, imagine how that works.
Yeah, because have you noticed how well people shoot once they believe themselves to be out of a match?
I've seen people win national titles that way, or heard about it after the fact.
It's a true story, actually.
Seems like it's a side story needs to be discussed.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
You're not talking about me, I don't think.
No, I'm not. No one on the panel.
That's good.
Killed my theory.
Dude,
Really?
So they killed my theory.
Really?
What theory is that?
That shitty grin made me think you're talking about somebody on the panel.
Ah, fuck! Just a cat issue.
Well, no, Nick, I'm too good with the scoring. Like, I wish I could dial it back sometimes and just like not know the scores, but I'm too good with the scores. That's my problem.
I think Nick was thinking I was talking about IPSC Nationals, probably.
Oh, that's not a national title though.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry. Can I be a dick for a minute while we wrap up this show?
Do it.
Yeah. Okay. So IPSC Nationals is not nationals. It's not a national title. I don't give a fuck. Like what it says on the plaque. It's not a national title.
What about?
This stems from a conversation I had with some guy that's our president. When he's like, we could have a USPSA World Championship. I'm like, yeah, you could, call it that, but it's not a World Championship if the rest of the world doesn't come. I mean, it's a very American idea. Well, like the Super Bowl is what, like your World Football Champions?
Well, like baseball, it's got the World Series, but
Yeah,
There's no competing
it's just
sports.
like all American teams.
well, American teams comprised of.
Yeah.
So, like,
in
if
those cases, it is. In those two cases, it is legitimate. It's legit for them to call it that.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's like one country plays the sport. It's fucking dumb.
Right. It's played at by
It's
far
like it's like the Steel Challenge, just the World Speed Shooting Championships, which is retarded.
Well,
Is there a bigger match anywhere, and are foreigners kept out of it?
Yeah, it's called the World Shoot. Is the world champion. That is the world champion. Is the dude who wins the World Shoot. And that's it.
So they have
For-
a Steel
for our
Challenge
sports.
World
they don't have a steel
No,
challenge.
fuck
shoot,
no,
though.
because nobody fucking cares about Steel Challenge. Trying to explain this to these motherfuckers. Nobody cares. It's not a world war.
I've never
It
been to
does-
Steel Nationals. Is it internationally attended?
Just look at the squad list, dude. It's not.
No?
It's all U.S.
It's like less dudes than go to the Steel Challenge is the U.S. Steel Nationals.
What?
So I'm not trying to dump on any sport in particular. I'm just saying, like, if the people don't show up to the thing, then it's not. I mean, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. Like, we could have our solar system championships. I'll host it right here at my range in Wisconsin. Fucking solar system champion right now. But that doesn't mean shit. You got to get the heat to show up, otherwise it doesn't matter.
Well, hold on. That's only true to people in the know.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say whatever you want at the SHOT Show. I don't care about that.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Like,
I know where you're going.
Most people don't know the difference, and if you claim 4-time world speed shooting champion or world champion,
Well, I mean, I could
at
say I'm
Empire Iron
IPSC national
Sights.
champion. It's like nobody fucking cares. There was not to shit on anybody on the panel that was at that match with me, but there was not enough heat there. That's not a national title. Nobody gives a fuck about IPSC in the U.S. It doesn't matter. Not a relevant title. It's like insulting to people that have actually won actual national titles in actual disciplines that matter to say that IPSC Nationals is a national title.
So if you had I'm trying to think though, but would you say it was more or less than say like a separated nationals or a combined nationals like 2014? I'd say it's
Right, so 2014 Production Nationals is a much less prestigious title than 2015 Nationals. Right? Because you just look at the number of people there.
definitely less. Yes,
It's less prestigious.
but I wouldn't say by a huge margin.
Okay, well, not by that's fine. Not by a huge margin, but it's definitely a less prestigious title. Not that it matters. I have both of them. It's all good.
Only people active in the sport are going to know the difference between an IPSC Nationals and a US PSA Nationals. Anybody
Right.
outside the sport that hears that somebody won a Nationals is going to think it's the biggest thing ever.
Dude, biggest thing ever.
Well, and that'd be like winning Classic Division at IPSC Nationals. I'm the IPSC National Champion in single stack or Classic Divisions. Like, so you competed against
Yeah, don't nobody
What?
give a fuck about that.
20 other guys. It's kind of not as prestigious as like the single stack national champion where you were competing against 370 some odd shooters.
So, Nick,
I see what you're getting at,
what
yeah.
sparked my rage is the idea of setting up a USPSA World Championship, and I'm just like, oh my god! It's like IDPA World Championships. Like, fucking come on with that.
Well, they have
Jesus
about what?
Christ, that's
They have
stupid.
about what, 4 of those a year now? There's like an indoor world championship and an outdoor world championship.
Don't make too much fun of them. Think about how many nationals we put on.
You're absolutely right.
They don't, in IP, they don't have the same. They have
They all
exactly the
easy
same
on
people
them.
show up. Like something different.
You get a lot of bites at the apple for USPSA if you're willing to switch guns. You know, you could independently. You can shoot single stack, revolver, production, carry optics, open, and limited, can't you?
Yeah, you could shoot 6.
All of those in the same year.
Yeah.
You'd have to travel around a little bit. You'll have to practice with a lot of guns, and you'll have to, I don't know, you have to deal with shooting a revolver, but you can do it all in 1 year if you want. And you have to put a dot on your production gun. You're not allowed to not do that. You must have a dot.
You're not going to have a legit shot at winning all of them. You're going to focus on one kind of platform for at least that year to have a legit shot at winning.
I don't know. I think there's a few people that have a legit shot at all of them.
Do they really?
Revolver?
The same year?
Yeah. Dude, revolver would be that. I mean, to me, adding revolver on there takes a lot of people off the list.
Forget revolver. That's ridiculous.
What's that?
Are we ready to get rid of that?
revolver.
That's
ridiculous.
I met a very nice lady a while ago who told me she started shooting revolver in USPSA, and I was thinking, like, what's like the really condescending Southerner shit to say? Like, oh, bless your heart. That's what I wanted to say. And she's like, yeah, I really liked it, but nobody else shot it, so I just quit shooting it. She shoots production now, and I'm thinking, like, God, that shit is fucking revolver's so dumb. Whatever. I try to be nice, but
Well,
no, I don't
Sometimes
actually.
it's hard,
Truthfully.
isn't it?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to be nice when you got people shooting revolver. I'm like, Yeah, so I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with that tangent. Oh yeah, I was shitting on the USPSA World Shoot. Which is a stupid idea.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
we gotta figure nationals out first.
What's that?
They need to figure out nationals
They
first.
figured it out, man. Carry optics will be at Paso Park. That's all you need to know.
Oh, so let's take over-unders on that. You think there'll be over 100 people there?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, because production nationals will be pretty heavily
They only
attended.
have 120 spots, I think.
Oh, you know, actually, Nick was right. The putting the dot on the guns is going to really slow things up.
I'm saying the over-unders
How many
100.
slots they got? 130 or something like that?
Yeah, 120, 130.
You don't think they'll fill that?
They'll fill that.
No
They'll fill
way.
it.
No way to. Dude, they get 80 people for revolver.
Yeah.
I was
say what you want
legit
about
right,
carry
yeah.
optics. Say what you want about carry optics, Matt. It's an actual gun.
There's only 57 people signed up right now.
Not really.
Oh my god.
No, they'll fill it.
Matt Minka's signed up.
Yeah, he told me he's shooting it. He's like, we sell those guns. It wouldn't make sense to not shoot it. And I was like, what? Whatever.
They'll fill it.
I feel bad for him.
I would have shot it. Honestly, I really would have if they had, not mandated the optic.
Well, they have to have
There's
the optic.
130 spots.
know.
available.
If the optic wasn't mandatory, I legitimately I would have shot it. I would have.
Well, they would have sold out. It'd just been another match for your production gun.
Exactly.
What's the point of that?
What's the point of another match for your production gun?
What's the
It's
point of
another-
that division?
It's another bite at the Nationals apple.
I just think it would have been funny because I think that probably some real top guys would stick around and shoot it with a iron sight gun, and probably one of them would have won it without a dot, and that would have made me very entertained.
Really?
Then what's the point of it?
Of carry optics? Matt, we've been talking about this for like a year. There's no point to it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Unless it has, like, a dot mandated makes it a semi-legitimate division.
What?
It makes it different enough from the current divisions that we should try it.
Okay.
I don't have a problem.
but not requiring a dot. People are just gonna shoot all their production guns. That's kind of dumb. That'd be like saying here's another division where you can shoot your open guns. We're gonna call it, I don't know, modified or something.
I thought you were going to allow open guns in PCC. Now, that'd be awesome. Now, that'd be interesting.
No, that would be dumb.
Why?
Because
Dude, you're bringing a pistol to a rifle fight. It's not even fair.
then we'd have to change stage designs.
You love that, don't you, Nick?
I think open shooters are going to drag PCC shooters hard for a little while. That's what I think.
You know what?
It'll be only a little while, though. Once they get it figured out.
You're going to need. I don't know. I think
Dude,
you're going to need.
no,
I think you're going to have
Chris.
to have a top guy put serious effort in PCC to equalize it.
On our stages, how do you equalize it? You're going to be so much faster with a handgun. Like, so
That's what I'm talking about. I think the open guys are going to be faster in combined results.
Well, yeah,
At least.
of course they will. You can't compete with that shit.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's possible.
Yeah. Well, if we give the revolver guys some time, they'll catch up too.
Well, it's
Maybe
just
not.
something new, like the semi-autos. Back when they were first introduced, the revolvers are still doing faster reloads.
What?
Until the semi-auto guys figured out how to actually reload.
You mean like in the 1900s, like the early part, or when did magazines?
Early 90s, or whenever Glocks came out.
What?
I don't know.
No
That's
way.
something I've heard.
I think when the 1911 came out, right?
1911.
Yeah, I know when that came out.
Okay.
Did
What's
the
the
reload
question?
include clearing a jam?
Well,
No,
yeah,
that's
you have to-
called clearing a jam. That's a different thing.
Maybe not when semi-autos first came out.
Whatever.
That's just
Another-
what I've heard. That's just what I heard. The revolvers
Yes.
were faster initially because people knew how to reload them. People didn't know how to index the mags right and put them in the guns as fast as they do now.
That sounds really retarded.
People are still putting the fucking mags backwards in the pouch and think that's
Do that. They just do what Pincus tells them. They don't know. They don't
Well,
know.
Oh my
Same
god.
sort of thing.
You like that, don't you, Tim?
Oh my god. Yeah.
You're the only guy that understands I'm not joking.
Ooh, yeah.
Despite my semi-sarcastic joking tone, I'm not joking.
There's no joke about that.
Whatever. Let's end this fucking shit show.